Hello peeps, just taking my dogs for a walk, and I thought the hillbilly halfwit needs to talk about all these police on the streets and what's going on again. So I heard some statistics before about knife crime and how basically they've gone mental with the police around the UK at the moment because of what's happened. Everybody's going to be had, even if they were just there. And I'm not for rioting at all. But we're full two-tier policing, yeah? Because they're going to go gangbusters on everybody. And the statistics I heard was, last year in the UK, there was 50,000 knife attacks. Yes, you heard that right. 50,000 knife attacks. And why don't they get the police to sort all that out? Now, I remember, because I was a bit of age on me, let me go out in the sun a bit more. Well, I remember there's a bit of age on me. Well, the last 4 or 5 governments have come in, they said, we're going to do a zero policy on knife crime. And they said, if you get caught with a knife, you'll be put in prison for 5 years. And never happened. Never happened. All these people getting killed. In London last year, 250 people got stabbed and killed last year. Mostly young people. And mostly been done by the cowboys and Indians that we talk about. And they won't keep the stats on what creed of people is doing it. They'll tell you how many they are, but they won't tell you who did it. For fear that we will rise up. That's what it's all about. You in Starmer's Labour government, in Starmer's time now, if you question a narrative, full force of the law. If you protest against the narrative, full force of the law. If you question why we're being taxed so much, full force of the law online. If you question anything about the status quo, full force of the law. But if you're of a certain persuasion, say you're a blue-skinned person and they like you, you can do anything you want. You could go up to a rainbow crossing and paint it blue, and they would shake your hand. You could take a rainbow flag off somebody's and give them a blue one instead, and they would hug you. Because that's how it is. It's black or white. You are either in the club or you're not. Doesn't matter if you're a nice person or a bad person. If you don't believe the right thing, you are banished from having an opinion. And what was it that George Orwell said? He said, first they remove the symbolism of your country, the flags and everything. Then they remove your opinion. Then they remove you. Now, that guy was not far off. I've read loads of his books, and I always remember reading the one about the Spanish Civil War. And he went to fight the Spanish Civil War, and obviously he was a champagne socialist. But the thing was, George Orwell was a champagne socialist that told the truth about his own side, which they didn't want you to hear. That was the difference. He was never conservative or anything. He just told the truth about what his own side wanted. George Orwell wanted total anarchy, but he wrote about it truthfully. Now, when he went to the Spanish Civil War, loads of Union people from the UK went over there to fight. So did Orwell, and he was absolutely disgusted when he was there, because he found out his side were worse than the people that were there before, and they were torturing and committing war crimes. So he came back from there. He was never the same again. And he wrote the book, The Animal Farm. And I suggest anybody reads that book, because he wrote that book, and after he released the book, the British Labour Party chucked him out of the Labour Party for writing it. Because it said everything, really. It said that, say you've got the far right in power, the people that come to remove them are the far left, and when they get into power, they're exactly the same. There is no difference. Far right and the far left are the same thing, and we're all stuck in the middle. And it's hard to have an opinion these days, because you're either pushed one way or the other. I refused to be pigeonholed, and that's it. That's the end of it. And I say to everybody to do the same. So it's going to be quite interesting, I think, because everybody thought this government was going to be the big saviour to everything. And personally, I wanted it, because I wanted them people who were saying it could do everything. This nirvana was there. I wanted everybody to see it was all bull, because it wasn't real. It's just people. If you imagine yourself in your own work, and you always got them in the background telling you how to do something, and you know they can't do it themselves. That's what this government is. It's one of them people going, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like that? And you know, if you did it like that, it wouldn't work. So, yes, it's a bit of a ramble today, but thank you everybody for subscribing. And I have tried, if you see in my shop down below, I've actually tried to put some stickers there and cheaper stuff for you to have a look, but YouTube won't let me change what's there. So if you go on there, click on the shop, and then click on the top left onto everything, and you can see everything up there then, and if you're after anything. And remember, you can change all the colours and everything. So just thank you very much for all subscribing and commenting. I'm really enjoying this channel at the moment, because we're going through a lot of stuff from everything. And I'm desperate to get out metal detecting as well. So, ta-da, all the best, guys.